Hey, welcome to another show of Hamid. Hope you don't miss me too much. Everywhere it's Corona. Corona is going on. I pray for everyone. But hey, look at the bright side. We got Women's Day coming up. And I'm gonna say, let me be the first one to tell you. The one to crack Corona will be also a woman doctor. I bet you. But talking about another woman, we have someone really important today on our podcast as a guest. She is the CEO of Pace, a multinational IT consultancy serving clients worldwide. She serves in 5 countries. She's someone who started coding and web developing from school days. Can you believe that? One of the 100 students representatives from Discover India. I think she went to Japan, East Asia, and she is a Hall of Famer for Issue.com, Hall of Fame award winner for Lenovo, Best Women Entrepreneur of Kerala 2018. So she's a Malayali. She went to the Barton Hill College, and she recently went to Amazon Women Entrepreneurship Summit 2019. Geethu Shivakumar, I welcome you to Hamid's podcast. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm flattered.
You absolutely deserve it. Wow. You know what? The first question, I'm going to jump to it right away because this is just amazing. So you're an IT, yes, IT journey started in school days. Wow. And then it went, and in college days, you had a startup which was widely recognized.
Yeah.
And I heard you cut classes, and you used, when the project used to increase, you had to go to the incubator, work on your submit. Is that right?
Yes.
So let me tell you, when do you get to be the 24-year-old you?
Okay. So I started during my school days because I never had a business ambition in my mind. I just used to like science. I wanted to be a scientist actually. No, earlier, first I wanted to be a lawyer. Then I wanted to be a scientist. Then I wanted to be a coder. So this is my third ambition.
Yeah.
I wanted to be just a programmer. So I learned coding to go to a competition which used to happen in our state every year for the best web developer. They have other sections also, but I was going for the web part of it, and I became the best web developer in Kerala. So that is how my coding thing starts.
Oh, interesting. You're a voracious reader. I read about that. You
Yeah.
are being an entrepreneur. Yeah, being in several books, magazines also.
Yeah.
Um, and your inspiration first started from the books also. You've read about so many biographies that really inspired you to be a IT professional.
Yes.
So, who's your mentor in real life? Is there someone you followed as as a path to lead?
Yeah, there is one person, Dr. Rajmohan Pillai. He's the chairman of Beta Group. So he is one person whom I met during my final year of college, towards the end of the college, when I was thinking whether I should go for a job or wait for some time till I start this up, or I should take some time off and save some money and then go forward. Then I met him at an event. So he is one person who has mentored me for my start. So if it was not for that, I would have gone maybe a different way. I would have worked for a year, saved some money, and then started up, rather than going for the lean startup model, which I never used to know back then. But it's very different when somebody who practically knows it explains it to you, and actually there then reading a book and doing it on your own. They're two different things. So he's one person who has mentored me.
All right, that's wonderful.
As a role model, I like Albert Einstein very much because he's a crazy person, and I think he's crack. So I
Okay.
like him for that.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. So, you come from a very educated family. You both your parents are government service officials, and
No, my father is working for the government, mother is a housewife, but both are educated.
exactly. So, you decided really at a young age to go on an entrepreneur journey, and one of the most worrying factor is that a really less percentage of startups actually survive or even make 2 years.
Yeah, true.
But your company made more than just amends, even from an
Yeah,
initial.
it's 4 years now.
Yeah, it's 4 years, but the fact is that you serve so many clients very successfully, and you're a really busy entrepreneur,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, is that the fame you brought in before starting this company that helped in your favor?
Actually, there are a few things which worked in combination. I mean, like it is not like you do this and you get that as the result. There are no straight lines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So during college, when I started up, I had a very great advantage because I didn't have to take an office. I didn't have to hire a lot of staff. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to go for a huge funding. I could do that without anything
Mm.
because I already had a network within the college of so many people whom I seen every day, and I
Mm.
didn't have to take an office because there was an incubator here, and my principal was very supportive, and they were giving me in-house projects from the college also. So
Mm.
the base for the startup was very strong,
Yeah.
and then after that to work from there was much more easier.
Mm.
That is one thing. Then so from that security of not having so much of pressure, I could do better with the projects.
Yeah.
Then after that, the fame is one of the things because when I was, I think being a woman helped me in some way
Mm-hmm.
for all of this because there are a lot of boys who do the same thing, or
Yeah, true.
maybe yeah, they're writing because I'm a woman, and it is not very common for a girl to do this.
Hmm.
So that is one thing which has acted on my favor because people notice.
Hmm.
I believe any publicity is good publicity, so I just don't mind.
Yeah, but you're being very modest here. Anyway, moving on. I was told that there are, despite providing so many services, you also have several software in-house products.
Yeah.
Can you go through a few of them?
Okay, but we have an e-commerce platform which we are using. We have not branded it so well
Hmm.
because we are mainly focusing on the services only because I am not such of a product promoting kind of person because I find products is risky.
Hmm.
Whatever we are able to do with minimal resources only convert into products. Then
Hmm.
we have some mock test and analytics software which we are working on now. That is for conducting tests and getting the results out of it and analyzing without having any human intervention. So we can customize it according to the requirement, whether it is a tuition center or whatever it is, we can customize it according to the requirement. Then we have a few ERP softwares also, which is custom made.
Hmm. It's pretty nice.
I really like many people say about innovation,
Hmm.
but I believe in a combination of a good idea with good marketing, not just innovation. So
Oh,
that is my policy because I want to sell what sells.
that's
I
very
don't want to
nice.
make a product which doesn't sell, but it is a great idea.
Oh, the viewers should make a note of this. This is great idea. This is great input. So,
Yeah. It has to be a good idea with very good marketing, not a great idea with no marketing.
that's wonderful. So, something I want to stress upon is that with the significant growth expected in enterprise application, which is one of your service, and fintech across India,
Yeah.
the number of startups in India have slowly declined by 35% in the recent times.
Yes.
Is it something we should be worried about? What do you think is the reason for these such a drop in people starting startups?
Because there are a few factors. I mean, again, there are no straight lines. Because during the recent times, whatever we say, there has been a financial decline in the country. Because about regarding the local projects. So there has been a decline in the market, and the startups who were surviving out of the local market were finding it difficult. And the expenses have gone up. So that is one thing. Then the second thing is that the startup boom was coming maybe over 6 or 7 years back. It was just booming,
Yeah.
but after, and everybody was going for startup because they were getting the same services at a cheaper price. But after that, reliability became a problem. Startups were not delivering on time. They were not, the quality was not so good. So that is one, and many freelancers came into the market. When I was doing coding, there were not many people who used to code, and the prices that we used to get paid was very, very high. But
Oh,
now it is like for 3,000 rupees, you get it back.
true.
Yeah. So all these are factors.
Yeah. And I had a branding company, and from my
Okay.
experience, I usually felt that no matter how big an MNC is or how small a SME is, nobody really gets at branding anymore. You
Yeah.
provide one of really good branding services, so you probably have interacted with several clients who would misunderstand branding to something else. Have you felt like that?
Yes, very much. Because like there are some educated people who understand what branding is all about and why is it necessary. But there are people, most of them, who don't want to pay for it, and they think that a brand is just a name. If your product is good, it will sell. But it is not that. Even if your product is not good, if your branding is good, it will sell. Why is Coke selling in India? It should be the most poisonous drink
Yeah,
ever. Yeah,
absolutely. I got
it is selling because of branding.
Coke almost gave me a fatty liver. I was, I understand what you're trying to imply.
Yeah. So it is not at all about the quality of the product. It is about how you brand it and how you sell it. So people who understand that are the only people who will succeed.
Oh,
Otherwise, there is no point in make increasing the quality more and more. Uh, Branding should be the important part of any business, marketing and branding. Without concentrating on that, however good your product is, it is not going to go well. So that is
true.
one point that many people should understand, especially people who come from a technical background, like most probably engineering.
True.
they they do not understand the concept of marketing and branding. The people who come from arts and commerce science maybe understand it better. That is
Yeah.
what I have seen.
That's interesting observation. Ouch. I'm an engineer.
I am an engineer too.
Yeah. Moving on. How hard do you find to hire the right talent? That's something because most of the best talents are already taken or abroad.
This is a very interesting question because yeah, you say common sense is the most difficult thing to find.
True.
Yeah, but the quality of people today has been decreasing so much.
Yeah.
I have no idea why this is happening, or am I the only one who is feeling it, or is it same for everybody? I don't know. But I'm finding very difficult to find good people.
Yeah.
I have like even if they're well educated, this thing, there are very few people who can do things on their own. If you say something, ask them to do something without putting their brain on it, they just do something and get the output back to you and ask you what to do.
Yeah.
So there are very few people who puts their brain into it.
True.
That has become very difficult to find. Education, marks, qualification, speaking skills, everything is very good. But this one thing of putting a brain to it, that is decreasing. I don't know whether it is the intervention of mobile phones coming in, or calculators coming in, computers, which is reducing your brain processing power. I don't know whatever is happening in today's this thing, but this is one thing which I'm finding very hard to do.
True.
And the second thing I'm finding it is the career guidance companies and the interview training companies are doing very well, so that the people are performing extremely well in the interviews, and but when it comes to performance, they're doing extremely bad job.
Yeah, my interpretation of that is that just
Hmm.
to stress on it, people
Hmm.
should look at you. I tell you
Yeah.
why. Because most of the people who go for jobs in India,
Huh.
their dream from day two is go abroad. This is just an
Hmm.
experience for them. So they never bring in
Yeah.
their 100%.
Hmm.
There's no
Okay.
focus, and without it, obviously, you're coming in the first day to use the free Wi-Fi here to search for jobs. That's
Hmm.
not gonna work because you can make names. Look at you; you're a global name now. So that's one thing. That's one of the reasons why we should bring highlight people like you because you should be role models. Look at you. I mean, you have all the life ahead of you. So viewers listening, put in the effort, you'll find success like Geethu.
I sometimes find it really scary, because
True,
now people are expecting more and more out of you. You can't afford to go one step back. But
absolutely.
how far can you go?
Yeah, you have
I
already reached
sometimes,
the bar. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel very scary, very scary, because now every step seems like seems like years.
Yeah, under the microscope. I
Yeah, and
understand.
everybody's asking, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm not hearing from you.
Yeah. You just say that I have on a 5-year plan, something really
Huh.
big. Being so, is it something else I've found is that is it hard for Indian startups to find investors and VCs?
Yes, but pretty difficult. But I think in Bombay, Bangalore, and the metro cities, it is a little more easier than the other cities. But like in most of the places, it is really difficult because the ecosystem is not here. Our society and our culture and even our economy has not changed to accommodate startups yet. They are still working under the conventional thinking systems and also the conventional business models. So it has been little difficult. But I think abroad there is an echo. Everybody knows and everybody wants to invest. There are more. I think the people are more open there, so it is much more easy. Now it's changing though,
Yeah,
but still, other than the VC companies which are there, uh,
yeah.
it is really difficult. Even when we talk to other startup founders, what they usually say is there is no use searching for investors here. Let us go abroad and search. So that is the common thing among the startups here.
Oh, sad, very sad. Uh,
I don't know the real scenario, but this is what the impression is.
yeah, this is what we get. I mean, because nobody even talk about the angel investors here,
Yeah.
and Something else I've noticed is that amongst clients that everyone wants to be in page one today on the search engine. Like,
Yes.
and Indian companies, they hardly care about the conversion rate. They just want hits. Is
Very true. I wonder why do you want to come on Google first page and have no conversions?
absolutely. So what do you think the focus of clients should be? How can we educate? How do you try to give them an idea that this is not how it works?
I think it is very easy to talk to people who know it well, and it is also very easy to talk to people who don't know anything. But the people who know a little bit of this and that is the most difficult part to handle. So those clients, it is I have had terrible times explaining things to them. But the other people who don't know, there are many people who are actually willing to listen and willing to listen to us on what to do to improve their business. So that is not such a difficult thing. We make them understand the importance of branding. This Coke example is something which I tell everybody, and they easily get it. They can easily connect to it. It is not good for your health, but still people are drinking it. So that is the importance of branding. Many people understand it because now more business events are happening. Now everybody is talking about all this, so it has become much more easier to explain to the clients.
My last question to you, Gitu, is that would you love to come back to the show some other time also?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Because
Because I had a good time talking to you. It is not very easy to find intelligent people to talk with like
oh,
you.
I wouldn't say that. It's just a lot of research.
Uh,
Anyway, we loved this conversation, and I really wanted to continue with you, but I understand you're really busy, and and
we'll talk next time.
absolutely, it's a pleasure having you on here. Ladies and
Thank you so
gentlemen,
much.
Geethu Sivakumar, watch out for this name. Thank you, Geethu. Thank you. Have a wonderful day,
Thank you. Thank you.
and
Thanks for
happy
inviting.
Women's Day. Happy Women's Day to
Oh,
everyone.
happy Women's Day. Right now, I'm at my college because I got invited to my college for the Women's Day celebration here.
Oh
So it is
yeah.
another good day for me.
Three cheers for Geethu. So thank you,
Okay.
Geethu.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye.
for your time.
Bye.